Is the Curs'd Ettin missing a vowel in Ties of Torment? Well, yes, it's missing. Maybe the Ettin ate it. Are vowels tasty? Do they taste like chicken? I doubt he's worried about it, so I'll move on to the stat breakdown. Recruit for 1500 gold and 375 upkeep. On Ultra, this single entity plods in at 14,320 health. Armor is 35, missile resistance 15% to start, spell resistance 25% to start. Leadership comes at a natural 100, but it is not unbreakable. Speed starts at 39, charge speed at 50. Melee attack begins at 65 at the very high monster level. Attack interval is 3 seconds, where the normal value is 4, so it's hyperactive in resuming its attacks once they are complete. Splash target size is medium, so Empire Knights on down, and max target splashed is never more than 7. That's still quite high. Melee defense begins at 40, and that's far from bad. Weapon strength of 650 is split base 300 and armor piercing 350. This is an unusually near even split, so a significant amount of its damage will be lost if it's banging on a Bastildon's armor plates. Equally, a pretty generous amount will be guaranteed to go through. Charge bonus is 45 and mass is 7,500. Considered a siege attacker, the Curs'd Ettin causes fear and terror, has Vanguard deployment, has Strider, so no movement or combat penalties in Forest, and no movement penalties from fatigue, and has a pair of passives that trigger depending on if the Ettin is above 50% health or below 50% health. Sorry, the way it's written, I can't tell which one it is if it's exactly 50%. For over 50% health, Dual Personality Betrayer grants plus 20% speed, plus 20% charge speed, Devastating Flanker, which doubles charge bonus from the flank or rear, and Unyielding Assault, which means poison and other debuffs cannot reduce weapon strength. Under 50%, Dual Personality Savage inflicts a melee defense -5 debuff on itself, but both types of melee damage get plus 12%. The other previous benefits are no longer applying. In the Redline skills, Monsters of the North applies at 3 pips, granting melee attack plus 6 and melee defense plus 6. At rank 7 and up, Hulks of Death grants armor plus 12, weapon strength plus 12%, and ward save plus 8%, so laugh off 8% of all damage. In the tech tree, Secrets of Taming adds plus 1 recruit rank and plus 4 leadership. Everlasting Spite provides melee defense plus 4 and physical resistance plus 10%. Master of Beasts reduces global recruitment duration by 1 turn for monsters and gives ward save plus 5% if rank 7 or above. There's one more. What Starts the War, which grants 20% missile block chance, 360-degree missile block, battle healing cap plus 50%, and ward save plus 10%. Anything else is going to be lore specific, and for Ettin to be named in the healing cap, it must be a Throg thing. So how do we use the Curs'd Ettin? Let's put our two heads together about this. What didn't you see here? No stock? Not on this one. No hide in forest? Though that'd be strange. So, if you actually use Vanguard deployment, it's for YOLO charges, but it's also amazing in a dedicated Vanguard force. There is no wall breaker, you can't have it steal that from the giant. For its limitations, this is a beeline to a Slon and beat it into the ground monster unit. It's not the best at hardcore pitched combat with elite armored targets like Grimgore, but it's also not bad, it's just you have no excuse not to make full use of Devastating Flanker while you have it. More to the point, you don't have many Strider units at this size and scale, and that means it can cross forests to bash things exhaustively, or fight in the forests themselves for extra protection from missiles. This opens options for you, because what Skin Wolves can't defeat easily, the Ettin should wreck. Savage is good for under 50% hit points because by that point, you're just trying to gut it out in melee. So, I think the design is fine enough, you just need to have an army that has Vanguard deployment, Strider or both, in it to take full advantage. The real secret of the unit is that attack interval 3 seconds. That means it will dish out its damage at a faster pace than peers. These animations are not unusually ponderous. This unit will outbrawl a lot of stuff. Having said that, the idea they're going to destroy blobs by themselves is nice, but beyond a certain point, bring a spellcaster to speed it up, or bring missile units to chuck axes into backs. It helps. Take care, and have fun showing that two heads can exist without biting the other off.